Hello, hello. Welcome back to the mat, my friend, and welcome to your evening Hatha practice to melt away tension. Today's practice, we're focused on kind of allowing the tension of the day to just melt away as we prepare for a restful evening. For today's practice, you are going to want at least one yoga block. If you've got two, grab two, but definitely at least one. And if there are any other props you'd like to have handy, go ahead and have those handy as well. And if you have not joined us in the online tribe, click the link in the description below. Come on in and join us. Alrighty, go ahead, grab your props, unroll your mat, and I'm going to meet you right here in a tall seat. Alrighty, go ahead and come into your tall, comfortable seat, allowing the legs to be in any shape that feels most comfortable for you. As long as you can root down through the sitting bones and feel the crown of the head extending skyward, a nice long spine, inviting the eyelids to close. And starting to bring the attention inward. Sort of retreating from your day. We're going to take 3 really big breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And as we come into these, imagine that you are blowing the day away just a little bit more. Whether it was a great day or not such a great day, either way, we're going to let it kind of fall away here. So go ahead, take a big breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth, release. One more like this, big breath. Let it go. Now we're going to take 3 more breaths like that, and this time we're going to add the shoulders. So as you inhale through the nose, you're going to scrunch the shoulders up way up by the ears, and as you exhale through the mouth, you're going to let them just drop down. So we'll take 3 just like that. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. 2 more like that. Big inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, let it go. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, release. Go ahead and take the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Lift back up to center and take the left ear over to the left shoulder. Lift to center, right ear, right shoulder. And center, left ear, left shoulder. And lift, right ear, right shoulder. Lift, left ear, left shoulder. And lift to center. And gently opening the eyes. Making our way into tabletop position, hands and knees. Stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. As you inhale, drop the belly towards the earth. Lift the heart, lift the tailbone. And as you exhale, press the earth away around the spine. Bring chin in towards the chest. Inhale to arch the back, open the heart. And exhale, round. Inhale to arch. And exhale, round. Take 2 more like this. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhaling to press the earth away. 1 more, just like this. And then from here, make your way into a downward facing dog. Tucking toes, lifting knees and hips. Coming into any movement that speaks to you here. And then finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. Pressing the earth away. Feeling the energy rising through your limbs. And then beginning to walk the feet up to the hands. Coming into a ragdoll fold once you get to the top of the mat. So feet are hip width distance. Keep a bend in the knees and allow the torso and head to hang down heavy. You can shake out the head, yes and no. Really let the torso and the head hang. Maybe shift the weight on the feet a bit, front to back, side to side. Maybe coming into a sway of the torso. And as you inhale, go ahead and lift up halfway, reach crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, stay right here. Bring hands onto hips. Keep a bend in the knees and come up to stand with a flat back. Awesome. From here, we're going to come into these sort of arm swings. So I'll turn to face you. What we're going to do is keep the feet about hip width distance, maybe a little bit wider. Keep a little bend in the knees, just like a gentle bend. And we're going to start just turning to either side, allowing the arms to kind of flop. So if you imagine having a oversized coat on, but your arms are not in the sleeves. So the sleeves are kind of just swinging out on their own. And you can allow the knees to bend gently every time you turn. So not worried about where the arms are going to lie or land. Not worried about what this looks like because it probably looks pretty silly. Just allowing the arms to flow. And then gradually start to make these a little bit smaller so that the arms are moving in a smaller circle. Getting even smaller and smaller and smaller. Until eventually you're coming to us to stand. And take a moment to allow the eyelids to close, standing up tall, rooting down through the feet. Feeling the sensation in the fingertips. So you might feel sort of a warmth or a tingling at the fingertips. You can sort of imagine that this is all of the day's tension kind of flowing out through the fingertips, leaving your body. Awesome. Go ahead and find Tadasana, mountain pose at the top of your mat, big toes touching. We'll take some sun stretches here. So as we inhale, we'll lift the arms up toward the sky. And as we exhale, we'll fold down over the legs, hinging at the hips. As you inhale, lift halfway, reach crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. As you inhale, rise up to stand, lift the arms high. And exhale, hands into heart. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms lift. Exhale, hands into heart. One more like this. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. This time plant the hands and step the feet back into downward facing dog. And go ahead and step the right foot in between the hands. And bring left knee onto the earth for a low lunge. So you can untuck the back toes. And when you feel steady, lifting the arms, lifting the torso. Feeling for a sense of lift in this pose. At the same time as you sit down into the legs. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bring hands onto the earth. And from here, begin to straighten the right leg as you bring the hips back in space. If you'd like to bring your blocks underneath your hands here, this is a really nice spot for them. Take an inhale to lengthen the heart towards the foot. And as you exhale, maybe lower the torso down a little bit more over the leg. Make sure you're flexing the right foot back towards the face, keeping the top of the right leg active so that the back of the leg can release. There's our neighborhood rooster. You know, that thing crows all hours of the day. I used to think roosters only crowed in the morning. Go ahead and rebend the right knee. From here, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee so you're in a kind of like a low runner's lunge with the back knee lifted. You can bring your blocks underneath your hands here. You're going to bring the blocks out in front of the right foot. We're coming into a supported warrior 3. So from here, start to bring all the weight onto the right leg as you lift the left leg long and back towards the back of your mat. The crown of the head is reaching forward. Make sure that the left toes are pointing towards the earth so that the hip is nice and squared, reaching really actively through the left heel. Taking one more inhale here. And then bending deeply into the right knee, stepping left foot way back, planting the palms, and then stepping right foot back, downward facing dog. And then stepping left foot in between the hands, bringing the right knee onto the earth. As you feel steady, lifting the torso for Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Notice if the shoulders are kind of hiked up by the ears, and allow the shoulders to relax a bit, allowing the shoulder blades to glide down the back. Make some space for the neck. Take one more inhale. And exhale, hands onto the earth. And from here, begin to straighten left leg, bringing the hips back in space, flexing the left foot. Take an inhale to lengthen the heart towards the foot. And as you exhale, maybe lowering the torso a bit more over the leg. And then rebending left knee, tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, bringing the hands back out in front of the front foot, so in front of the left foot, and then bringing all the weight onto the left leg for a supported warrior 3. Crown of the head reaching forward, the right heel reaching back super actively. Make sure that the navel's gently pulling up towards the spine so the core is staying nice and active. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, bend deeply into the left knee, stepping the right foot way back, plant the palms, and then take left foot back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and take a big breath in here. Open the mouth and let it go. Go ahead and bring the knees onto the earth. Shift the hips over to one side so you can bring the legs around in front of you. And we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So taking hold of a block, make sure that it is just within hand's reach as you come to lie on your back. And from here, you're going to press down into the feet, lift the hips just enough to slide the block underneath the sacrum. And you can choose the height that feels best for you, depending on the kind of block that you have. And depending on how your body is feeling, you might want to go lowest height. Mine is on medium height right now. Sometimes highest height feels good. Play around with it. See what feels best on your body today. And gently press into the feet. Lift the hips just enough to slide the block out from underneath you. And then from here, hug the knees into the chest. And go ahead and roll yourself up into a seat. We're going to come into a diamond pose. So the soles of the feet will come to touch. Make sure you're sitting up on your sitting bones and not rolling back on tailbone. If you do feel you're kind of rolling back a little bit and the spine is rounding, bring a blanket or a towel or a small cushion underneath your seat so that you can sit up nice and tall. The soles of the feet are touching and the feet are a bit farther spread out from the body, so they're not super close to the body. And from here, actually, go ahead and bring a block onto the feet. You might want it there, you might not. But what we're going to do is we're going to slide the arms underneath the bottoms of the legs, underneath like the shins. And so have the block there in case you do want it for your head, because your hands are going to be out of commission. So go ahead, slide the forearms underneath the shins. The hands will kind of come to the outsides of the feet. And then from here, your block is on your feet to rest your head on it. If you're a bit more open and you can bring your head down onto your feet, maybe you don't need the block. Maybe you adjust the block's height, see what works for you. Notice if there are any areas where you're kind of holding on here. And see if you can invite those areas to release, to let go. Now from here, gently begin to lift the head, and the right arm is going to stay exactly where where it is, begin to release the left arm out from under the left leg. And you're going to bring the left hand just to the inside of the left thigh, kind of just above the knee. And then begin to press the leg away as you straighten the left arm. You should feel a really nice stretch all down through the left lower back, the QL. And then come back towards center. Bring the left arm back underneath the left leg and release the right arm. Coming into the other side, so the right hand will come to the inside of the right thigh, just above the knee. Press the leg away as you straighten the right arm. And then releasing to center, releasing the left arm from underneath the left leg. And we'll come into a Supta Baddha Konasana. So keeping the soles of the feet together, you can maybe bring your seat a bit closer to the feet and then bring yourself to lie all the way on your back. If this feels like it's too much on the hips, you can bring your blocks underneath your thighs to support them so that the legs are not flopping out quite so wide. And the hands can rest wherever feels most comfortable for you. Maybe you rest them on the body. Maybe you allow them to rest on the earth beside you. If you'd like to keep soles of the feet together as we come into Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can begin to extend the legs long on your mat, feet about as wide as your mat, allowing the arms to rest by the sides of the body with the palms turned up towards the sky. We'll take 3 big breaths here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And see if you can imagine any last bits of residual tension just floating away with each of these breaths. And go ahead, a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth, release. One more big breath in. And let it go. And release any control over the breath, allowing it to move on its own rhythm, in and out. And taking a gentle scan of the body from head to toe, and noticing if there are any areas where you are still holding. And inviting those areas gently to release here. allowing the entire weight of your body to be fully supported. And if you have more time to stay here in Shavasana, please do stay. And otherwise, start to bring gentle movement into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. And bring soles of your feet flat onto your mat and turn onto the side of your choice. Using the top hand to help press you up, make your way into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head reaching skyward. Bringing the palms to touch at heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you here in this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here for this melt away tension hatha practice. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more chill and relaxed, ready for a restful evening. I will meet you right back here on the mat next time.